Hi, any Patreons
Hi.
or channel members watching this on the replay. Thank you for your continued support. How are we all doing? Bonus Saturday night stream with less latency and more solid green screen graphics.
Look at that.
It looks like we're sitting in a lake.
It does.
Vegan with G is in the house. Is his logo looking more snazzy than usual? I forget how they go. Stain is here, Robert Pacino, Johnny the Legs, Dwayne K, Stacey Langley's here, Kerry Williams, Iron Gamer. Hench needs to do a DJ set with his tune at the vegan camp out. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I used to do a bit of DJing back in the day, a bit of hip hop.
How's your weekend going, everybody?
Yeah.
We've had a busy old day. We've been shooting a vlog over today.
Shooting a vlog.
Cool.
Went out for a bike ride.
Yeah, a walk on a bike ride. Made that game of chess as well. It's lovely.
Vegan Melthead, hello. Stream more often. I didn't know how to work today. Yeah, we're streaming more. Yeah, we're just really enjoying it lately. There's just a real lack of connection, isn't there? So
Yeah.
it's just nice to be able to bloody connect in some way.
Yeah.
DJ Hyper Herbivore. Richard Benham's in the house. I know, we're so good to you guys. And Karad's live. Subscribe to her. She's lovely. Crystal Moe's here. Don't know what CDBs are, but they sound cool.
It could be terrible.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Gemma and Hench, what were your favourite films as a child? Are they still your favourites now? That's a good question. What about you, Gemma?
I really can't remember what I used to like.
Conversely, Star Wars and yes.
I'm drawing a blank, I'm afraid. I cannot remember what I used to like. I think I used to watch a lot of Disney films.
Do you still like them?
Yeah, they're okay. I suppose I've gone to an adult version of that. So if they're like, you know, Cinderella or
Rick
Beauty
and
and the
Morty.
Beast, like I've gone on to like chick flicks, which
Yeah.
is like a bit of an adult version, is it? Of some Disney.
Adulter, or word of the day. That was a great question, Richard Benham. Said hi to Robert already, didn't I? How about you guys? Acacia is in the house. Good to see you. RD. Family Freedom. Subscribe to those guys. They are the best family vloggers. Or double your money back. And as you've spent nothing, I feel like that's quite a safe bet.
They're the best people. Subscribe to them if you just want to watch awesome people.
We've done a few collabos in the past. How are you guys? How's little Jojo and how are you, Bob and Katie?
And there's a baby on the way, isn't there, in your family? How's that all going? How's the pregnancy going? Tell us things.
Red Troopers in the house. Zuli Moon, thanks for joining. RD, I've bought Oatly cream. Which recipe can I use
Put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin. We just have Whole Foods there.
No, it's got a lot of palm oil in it, I think.
Has it?
I think so.
Yeah, so that would give you heart disease, just like animal fats. If you care about such things, and not everyone does, which is fine.
If you don't care about such things, put it in a soup.
Just put it in everything.
Put it in like a leek and potato soup or something, you know, that would be really nice. Or a curry, creamy curry, like a korma maybe. But yeah, ideally don't have... I would replace that with cashew cream. Just blend up some cashews and some water. Make yourself... There's loads of...
Actually, we stand corrected.
That's
Oh no, that's
milk.
oat drink. I put cream.
Yeah.
I put cream.
Yeah, I think
The
cream is very fatty. If it's not palm oil, there's certainly a lot of oil in it, from what I...
I know there was.
I remember.
I know there was palm oil in one Oatly product.
Okay.
Cream recipes. I meant ingredients.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Not that we wish to be the bearer of...
Yeah, and
terrible
not that I'm
news.
telling everyone what to do, and like you know, I look down on someone who has. Okay, so actually, it's not palm oil.
Oh, it's rapeseed.
but there is a lot of rapeseed oil and a couple of E numbers. So not something that I would know what to
13
do
grams
with.
of fat per 100 mils. Wow. It was like 10% oats and water, 10% oats, and then oil.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not the best choice.
But if you want to have that, that is up to you. I just like to let everyone make an informed decision is all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Zilly Moon, do you like Tangled?
Tangled. What is that? A show?
It's a Disney show, isn't it? Disney film.
Never heard of it.
In that case, no.
Is it like a more recent one? I haven't watched
Yeah,
any
it's
in more
a
recent
more
years.
recent one, yeah.
I think the last one I can remember watching was that Monsters Inc. We watched that a few years,
Oh, we enjoyed that,
a
didn't
lot of
we?
years back. Yeah, I think that
When we first got together.
might be the last Disney film I ever saw. Oh no, I saw Frozen actually. I think I saw that with my mum, is it?
Or the Norfolk version, Frizzed.
Fristy.
Carrie, does Cowboy immediately invade your laptop the minute you sit and pick up a book? Project research.
Your lap.
Oh, lap.
You said
I
laptop.
said laptop. Sorry.
She's not the biggest lap cat. About once a day, she'll come and have a good old need, you know, on my lap. I tell you, if I get the quilt on me because I'm cold, I sit on the sofa, I put the quilt on me. She will. The quilt is like a kitty magnet in this house. She will definitely get on me then, but not so much without. Yeah, she's not so much of a lap cat, is she?
No. No, not generally. Richard Benham, Ghostbusters. Yeah, I loved Ghostbusters. I was in middle school when that came out, and yeah, I still love that. Robert Pacino made the fudge today. He found it a bit dry, but tasted good. Glad you enjoyed. Johnny the Legs has been getting wet. Wet in an Ozz's pocket in Cornwall. Yeah, good man. For questions, Pedro Vasquez, do you like scary movies? No, not one little bit.
I watched quite a few of them in my younger years.
As a lad, yeah, I enjoyed them.
I started to really see how they made me feel, actually, and I just thought, why am I doing this? And I started to hear a lot of people suggesting that we create our own, reality, or we have at least power over our. If you don't believe that concept, you have power over your body, so your brain doesn't know the difference between something you're imagining really vividly or watching, or something that's really happening. So if you're watching a horror film and you feel like afraid, your brain's like saying, "I'm afraid," and then your body releases adrenaline and all that stuff, and it's like something bad's really happening, So that kind of put me off watching them. We watched what was that zombie show that everyone loves? What was that called?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. We started watching that, and I just noticed that my fists were clenched, and like I was really not fit. I was really on edge the whole time, every episode. And after a few, I was like, "Nah, what am I doing? I can't watch this." That was the last thing I really watched that scared me.
I feel like I had somewhat of a, what I would term a spiritual awakening, having gone vegan, and I was enjoying The Walking Dead immensely. And then one day I was watching it, and there was some just really gratuitous, for the sake of it, like human on human violence, and I didn't enjoy it.
More like believable to you, violence?
Yeah. And it just made me feel crappy, and I stopped watching it. I haven't watched it since. I'm not a fan of unnecessary violence.
Yeah.
Family Freedom, all doing well. Watch the movie About Time. Watch the movie About Time. It'll change your life. Beautiful film. About Time. Make a note of that. Thanks, bro.
Thank you. Yeah.
Super chat. Doodle Machine. Our good friend Andre. What? He's kindly donated $2 Canadian. Excuse me.
Dirty.
Toonies. Have a toonie. Is that right? Am I pronouncing that right, or is it tunny? And why is that? That's interesting.
Toonies. Oh.
Follow Doodle Machine. If you like drawings and that, he did a lot of our artwork, including this logo in the bottom left of the screen. He's a great person.
I've seen About Time. I've just seen it on Netflix. That boy, his dad tells him, we've got this gift in the family, or like whatever, you go into that closet and you can go back in time, or like whatever, and he thinks, yeah, you're just joking, having me on, and he does have that ability or something. That's like when he gets to a certain age, I don't know, something like that, and then he keeps going back in like time.
Have
like,
I seen it?
I don't think so.
Ah.
Yeah, I loved it. Great film. Yeah, I'll save that. Maybe let's watch it together.
Okay then. Super chat.
Oh.
Richard Benham very generously has donated 5 Great British pounds and 96 Great British pence. That is the best amount I've ever heard.
Is it 96? No, it's 94.
94 for their pig activation. Let us know if that was meant to be a pig activation code. We will allow it this once. Thank you for Gemma's advice. Girlfriend watched the perfection video you sent me and it's felt a lot better for it already. Oh, that's good to hear.
That's really great. Yeah. Oh, I'm so very pleased. I know I like often bang on about like Teal Swan and her videos, but honestly, anytime I'm ever struggling with anything, I go straight to YouTube and I'll put Teal Swan and whatever I'm struggling with, and I'll watch something that she's made, and it feels like everything she talks about, it's like she's speaking to you. It feels like she knows how it feels to be going through whatever you're talking about. And yeah, she's got a video for everything.
Richard Benham did mean to activate the pig. So here he is. Look at him.
He's cute, isn't he?
What does he do? Do he make any noises or music with him? Songs? Or I can't remember. It's been so long.
He doesn't have to do anything.
I'll just show him.
He's just great for who
He's just
he
great.
is.
Look at him. Just living his life and
His
he's
value
beautiful.
is not based on what he does.
Yeah. Vet Nick is in the house. I don't know if we've seen you in the chat before. Tell us about you, Vet Nick. Where in the world are you? How's the vegan scene there? If you are vegan, how's veganism treating you? Or if you're not vegan yet, why not? But also, are you thinking about it? Is that why you're here? Let us know.
You missed a couple of questions, mate.
Yeah, well, I super chats came, so I skipped forwards.
I
during the
see, yeah,
chat,
fair
didn't I?
enough. Yeah, of course.
If I miss your comment or question, pop it back in the chat, guys. But I try to keep more up to date with the comments as they come in. Anthony Paley, The Queen's Gambit, was a fantastic series.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, we've been playing quite a lot of chess ever since.
We've been really getting into chess. I didn't know if I'd like it. And if you'd have told me however long ago, you'll get really into chess, I'd have been like, we're having a laugh. I love it. I really love it, yeah.
Andre, it's called a toonie because our $1 coins were always loonies because they have a picture of a loon on them. Now in the UK, a loon means like a sort of
crazy person,
madman.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you've got a mad person depicted on the coin or if that means something else. So when they came out with a $2 coin, they became toonies, loonies, Looney Tunes. That's good to know. Joe Porter, do you still practice martial arts and do you recommend people get into them? I don't. Funnily enough, we won't go into details. Nah,
We don't talk about that.
me and Gemma were just having a sort of cuddle, like laying down.
Wrestling me, not like that.
I was in guard, and then I remembered about my scissor sweep and my hip bump to like reverse the position so you can get into mount. And I'd forgotten about those. It's been years. No, I don't practice any martial arts now.
You can't say we were having a hug and then you got into mount. You can't say that. Well, you just did.
Yeah. So no, don't do it. But I'm sort of half interested to just have a little play around, like a bit of bag work or something, or some pads. It's been years, really. It's been years. Stain. Today I did similar deadlifts. My shins were bleeding. Would Vaseline on the shins help? Yeah, a bit, maybe. Probably not. I think that's just par for the course, really. That's kind of what happens. Socks. Good socks. Ross, hey guys, where do you do your main shopping to get all your foods, ingredients you need, or do you do multiple places? I'll let you answer that.
Good question. So we get a delivery from a local box delivery scheme with some fruit and veg just not in plastic. Well, we don't get fruit anymore. We get our fruit now from exoticfruits.co.uk. We've recently affiliated with them. So if you place an order, you can get crazy cool exotic fruits, stuff you've never seen or heard of before. That is amazing, that you can't even get in the supermarkets. And you can get 30% off with them, the first order, code hench30, or 15% off any further order, hench15. Exoticfruits.co.uk. They're great. So we've just partnered up with them, and they're going to start doing other produce soon, like vegetables and stuff. So soon you're about to get everything. So we used to get a box delivered once a week with some fruit and veg, and then I'd do a shop from, say, Tesco's or somewhere, once or twice a month, to get things like canned goods, breaded stuff, we occasionally get that sort of thing. But you can't get deliveries at the moment. It's so hard to get deliveries from a supermarket. So we've started doing walks and bike rides just around and going to places like Lidl and Aldi a lot more, getting stuff, and they're really cheap as well, which is great. Trying to save a few pennies. We sometimes also get a delivery from Buy Whole Foods Online, bulk big bags of rice, dried fruit. We get 10 kilos of dates at a time, that kind of thing. We were shopping at a zero waste shop for a lot of that kind of stuff, but they shut down during COVID, and then, on and off, they keep being shut and stuff, so we've not been going there. So yeah, a bit of everywhere, actually. That's probably about all the places, isn't it?
Yeah. Zili Moon kindly donated $2 US. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's just Array on Instagram, isn't it? You're that lovely Turkish lady. Are you into your avatar and all that malarkey? Good to see you. Thank you so much for your kind support of our work. We really appreciate that, and it's been really nice chatting to you on the gram. Thank you so much, Han. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Family Freedom, what is your best tip of the day? Tip of the day.
Oh, you missed. Oh, you see, you weren't going up.
I missed loads.
Forget what I said. The tip of the Katie's tip of the day. That thing.
That is a great question. What a fantastic question.
Tip of the day.
Inviting us to deliver fantastic content for everyone. Actionable, beneficial, making us look good, benefiting people's lives. That's just like Family Freedom. They're the best people. Here's
my tip. It's not so much a tip, it's a series of 2 or 3 questions. What is it in life that you most want right now? What's stopping you? What's stopping you from getting that thing that you most want? And what's one actionable step that you could take right now to move a little bit closer to that thing that you say that you want, but potentially you're not going after for whatever reason?
I love it. My tip is going to be Wim Hof style cold showers. First thing, get up, get in there, 2 or 3 minutes, full cold. If you've not done it before, it's scary and it's a bit uncomfortable to start with, but you get through it. You toughen, just grit your teeth. But I found from the second time I did it, I love it, and I wouldn't be without it now, and I actually enjoy it, and it doesn't feel that cold anymore. You reset that. But the benefit of that is, which Gemma's talked about before, is that the hardest thing that you'll probably face that day, you've done the minute you've got out of bed, and everything else is going to be easy relative to that, and you just feel like a winner. It's like 4 espressos. It just wakes you the hell up, and you're thriving.
It's harder at the minute, because it's so cold. So you want to have a warm towel or.
Don't put everyone off.
Well, one thing I was thinking of saying is if you can champion that now with a few tips, have some clothes ready or a dressing gown or a cup of tea waiting for you. Think about how easy it's going to be as it gets warmer. It's going to be a piece of cake. Yeah.
Camp Dairy. Hi there, Paul and Gemma. Besides myself and my wife, you've got to be my favourite vegan couple. Well, you can come here again.
That's very kind.
Oh, Johnny the Legs very generously donated 5 Great British Bucks. Cowboys here. Have a £5 tip. There's no question. No question. He's just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of his heart. What the hell's going on there? Ross has donated 5 Great British Pounds. Thanks for answering my question. Keep up the great work. What beautiful people we have. What a lovely
guys.
community. I love you guys so very much. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
you.
Family Freedom, we will include Gemma's tip in our next video. Oh, wow. I love
it. Thank you.
I love it.
Oh. I was thinking about saying that exact thing on a Instagram story. So that was fresh in my mind that I wanted to put that out there for people.
Yeah. I'll just back up a little bit so we don't run out of things. I noticed that Andre had a great question. He listened to the Team Sherzai couple. I know that man and wife research couple very well. Doctors they are. They made me worry about my omega-3 intake, so some vegan DHA for me and the kids. Expensive. It can be, can't it? Not sure if it's needed. The jury's out. I think they will tell you the jury is kind of out. I listened to them on a podcast with Simon Hill. You might want to listen to the Plant Proof podcast with Simon Hill with Team Sherzai. It's a fairly recent-ish one, certainly in the last few weeks. And they are really saying the jury is kind of out. For some people, like it might be a worthwhile addition. We don't think that it raises the risk for cancer, as some people previously sort of worried that could be a thing. Yeah, I think 2 to 3.5 tablespoons of ground flax or chia per day, and no more than about 3 or 4 to 1 in favour of other nuts and seeds relative to that. So your omega-6 is not like many times more. Most people will be fine. However, like some people, even if you're a poorer converter, 3.5 tablespoons should be about the most ground flax or chia you'll need. But I'm losing my train of thought now.
Sorry. That's the most flax you'll ever need.
Yeah, well, some people may have a genetic predisposition where maybe they've got a genetic defect on the elongase gene where they don't express the enzyme responsible for elongating ALA into EPA up into DHA. Personally, I've always added it in as a fail-safe. And there seems to be some sort of benefit. Some kind of fish eaters relative to vegans where they get about 250 milligrams of EPA or DHA or combined EPA DHA per day. They do seem to have some health benefits over vegans who don't do that. And certainly in the Adventist health study, there was a thing there where pescatarians were outperforming vegans in this one way. In all the other ways, vegans were smashing everyone else out of the water. But there was some benefit seemingly to be had. And I think that it was possibly because these vegans are not so savvy. I mean, I think this was from the Adventist Health Study 1, which was in like the 70s. And back then, you know, we weren't so savvy about supplementing with algae oil. So that's my guess. And probably they weren't eating enough flax and chia either. But yeah, I include it as a fail-safe, but I don't go above that 250 milligrams a day personally.
I told you Cowboy wasn't a lap cat. I've just put her on my lap and she's settled down. It's just, cats like to really show you up, don't they? Whenever you say, oh, yeah, watch, my cat always does this or that, they don't do it. No, I'm not doing it on command.
Yeah. Nostalgic vegan, I am 6 feet tall, exactly. What are you, like 5'0"?
I'm 5'8". How dare you?
Thank you for your kind words, Cam Derry. That's really nice of you to say. And I'm sure you will be. I'm sure you're on the right path, my friend. Thank you. Mokra, what do you recommend when having some kind of fat phobia? I'm always worried to gain too much fat, but I want to be effectively build muscle. Goes okay so far. I guess I could go way better. I mean, it's healthier not to put on like excess body fat. The trick of it is to just be doing it so slowly that that's not a thing, or you know, if you do over the weeks, if you do start to notice, oh, I've put a little bit of, you know, maybe your waistband's not fitting quite so well, and then you just go on a slow little cut for a short time. So, you know, you can always reverse the damage anyway. But yeah, I think that's where most people fall down trying to grow muscle, is that if they're trying to keep too lean as well, and then they never get anywhere. That's so rife. That is so common. So yeah, just go at it slowly, and don't worry if you do spill over a few months. It won't take long to just cut that off. But don't do that in a rush and then drop a load of muscle and fat, which is the mistake I used to make for years and years and years. Timo M, do you sprout stuff? Our sprout's good for you. I'm trying to sprout mung beans. Yeah, they're fantastic. Have we sprouted anything in the past?
We've got some broccoli sprouts that we did.
Oh yeah.
We did a jar of those at one point.
Oh, they're great. Yeah, sprouts are great. The nutrition is increased exponentially once things start to germinate. I'm just too lazy to do it. Yeah, it's good, that plant-proof podcast, isn't it, Andre? Johnny the Legs, have you watched any more Graham Hancock tales? Not recently, but I have watched probably most of his stuff over the past few years, to be honest. I've been listening more to Terence McKenna lately, funnily enough. I sort of got back onto him.
They both have some very interesting things to say, don't they?
Yeah. Andre, I do have dementia in my family, so I'm thinking it's a good idea to be cautious. Yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, I do anyway, and as far as I know, like dementia wasn't a thing in my family, but of course, you know, it's a lot of lifestyle, so, you know, there are elements of saturated fats and things, you know, like atherosclerosis in the brain, amyloid plaques in the brain. Both of these come from eating animal products, but then there's diseases of like sugar metabolism via the brain, which can cause dementia. So diet is really key, but of course, like, you know, there is the potential to be really, you have to be extremely unlucky with your genes. Maybe both your parents have that ApoE4 like issue or whatever. But yeah, so I just think add it in anyway is it's not going to hurt, is it? It's not going to hurt to have a little extra DHA. Zuli Moon kindly donated $2. Oh, I love you, Gemma. I'm Cowboy's 100th follower on Instagram.
Oh, thank you. I know who you are now. I remember saying on my page, like, oh, Cowboy's nearly at 100 or something, and then you commented and said, oh, I'm the 100th. So I know who you are now.
What a lovely lady.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so she's out in Turkey. We went there twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the one who was showing me about that folded tortilla thing, which Derek Simnett did on his channel. Not found any big tortillas yet in order to do that with. It's really annoying.
Well, thank you for the love. I'm sending you some right back.
Oh. You little cuties.
Oh, and don't forget to follow.
Get a room.
Don't forget to follow Cowboy. Cowboy_herbivore. He's licking his bum.
He's licking his bum. Oh, don't follow him.
I don't put that online. Not when he does that to me.
A person. Is the flaxseed thing about being bad for males because it has a chemical compound identical to estrogen? False. Also, what types of food are going to reverse type 2 diabetes? Yeah, so there are phytoestrogens in plants. They are 1/10,000th the strength of mammalian estrogen, so they can't hurt you. And in fact, they do dock with the same receptors. So they block they can block actual estrogen from docking and giving you the negative side effects. However, they preferentially dock, I can't remember which is which. You've got alpha and beta receptors, and one causes the good effects of estrogen, one causes the bad effects, and apparently they do trigger the good effects of estrogen somehow, so like stronger bones, but they don't raise your risk for cancer. Flaxseed is one of the best things for males because of those lignans, actually, because of those phytoestrogens. So men by age 85, half of us apparently will have prostate cancer. Whether or not it kills us is really a function of Well, one way to fight it is to have the most lignans in your prostate fluid. Remember, the most lignans have the least prostate cancer. So it's good against breast cancer as well. So I eat a tablespoon of ground flax seeds every day. I certainly haven't grown breasts. People worrying about estrogen, like that nonsense got started by the dairy industry because, obviously soya milk's starting to take over. So they wanted to put soy milk in a bad light. They wanted to put soy, a bean. Beans are like the second healthiest thing on the planet after greens, really. So why you think that beans would hurt you? It's because they lied. But the thing is, they're projecting. Like if estrogen is a problem, don't have dairy. Like 70% of female cows are pregnant at any given time when they're milked. And what happens when they're pregnant? The estrogen goes through the roof. It's all in the milk, and it's mammalian estrogen. It's 10,000 times stronger than plant estrogen. So pot kettle. That's all I've got to say about that. What foods would you recommend to help reverse type 2 diabetes? So that's really quickly reversible for most. And basically, what that is fats, saturates, particularly there are plant fats as well, like coconut oil, palm oil, cocoa butter, that are high in these long chain and very long chain triglycerides, but it's mostly animal fats, and they get inside the muscle cells, intramyocellular lipids, and they just block insulin signaling. So, it's akin to having a watering can. Normally, you put the water in the watering can, you tip it up, the water comes through the sprinkler head, and that's what a watering can does. It uses water. Well, humans, our species-specific fuel source is carbohydrate. We evolved eating tons of this stuff. It's mostly what we ate. But imagine you got your watering can, you get a block of lard, you fill the sprinkler head up, now you put the water in. Oh, the watering can's not working. Oh, obviously, you shouldn't put water in a watering can. Obviously, we shouldn't be eating carbohydrate. No, nonsense. The fat's in the way. Get the fat out of the way, which is not meant to be there. And then you'll find that the carbohydrate can move from the bloodstream into the target tissues via insulin, which in a healthy body, that's what happens. So, yeah, higher carb, lower fat, whole foods, plant-based. If you're suffering badly with diabetes, initially, I think potentially, if you went straight onto that diet, you may need to raise your insulin a little bit. Just for, obviously test your blood and dose relative to that, but very quickly you'll start reversing it, particularly if you're doing a little bit of weight loss, if you're overweight and the fats are coming out. But the trick is, don't put more saturates in. So stop eating animals, particularly dairy, but all animal products, coconut oil, palm oil, cocoa butter if you're vegan. These all do the same thing.
Limit nuts a little?
Yeah.
First as well?
Yeah, initially I would say get your fats down to no more than about 11 to 15% of your total calories. Lower the better to a point. You don't want to skimp on essential fatty acids like your flax and chia seeds, and then your other nuts and seeds. You don't want to not have them, because omega-3 and 6 are essential fatty acids. We must eat them in order to be well. But yes, certainly go lower fat until you've got that under control, and then you can experiment in going a little bit higher if you want. Yeah, but stick to whole nuts and seeds and avocados for your overt fats. That was a great question. Timo, love everything you do, but I once saw you comment that you would like to be bi. What? You have more, which is what I feel like there's quite narrow point of view.
Oh, and then this bit sort of follows, I think.
You wouldn't want a self-hater. I don't know what that's all about, I'm afraid. I may have said it in jest to someone saying, "Oh, you're gay" or whatever. I don't know, but I've got no idea. I never mean to be unkind to anyone. Back plays is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hayley Jane Turner. Super chat. Bobby Desir, kindly donated £2 Great British pounds. Good luck to you two. You're doing a great job. It's got no question. It's got no question. He's just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers through the kindness of his heart. Thank you, Bobby Desir. How's things with you, my friend? Where are you in the world? How's the vegan scene? How are you? And thanks for joining.
very kind. Thank you.
Henry de Jesus. Hey, Hench, I live in Camden, New Jersey. Oh, I thought that was going to be London, but there's a Camden in New Jersey. I'm starting to do activism. Any advice? We had this question last night, didn't we? Do you want to field this one?
Yeah, the first thing I'd say is do activism that appeals to you, that you want to do. You know, some of us really feel good doing like, you know, verbal communication style activism. Some of us really don't. But maybe for some of us, like we're really nervous, but we want to do it anyway, and it benefits our sort of expansion to get better at conversing and all that, you know. But for some of us, maybe it's just really not right. So we're all, yeah, we would all thrive at different types of activism, you know. So like play to your strengths and do the kind of activism that you won't burn out from long term. That's something that I'd mostly say. What would you say?
Sorry, I was reading other comments. Yeah, play to your strengths. Have you talked about that?
Yeah, and the sort of activism that you won't burn out from, that, you know, that you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that I enjoy making videos and streaming. So yeah, I do that.
Yeah, I found that talking to people really wasn't for me, but I could go to an event and I could be the one to do all that load of chalking on the floor. Like I really enjoyed that. So yeah, do what appeals to you the most, and maybe study someone. That's, say if you want to do more kind of street activism, maybe watch videos of the people who've been doing it for years and see how they do it, and pick up tips and things from the people that are doing it well that you like.
Woods Goods. Thanks to Lee Moon. Stacey Langley, I have endometriosis and found bladderwrack lowers my estrogen. I ate bladderwrack this morning in my smoothie. Did I have a smoothie today? Yeah, that was this morning. To help with it, but then I get menstrual migraines caused by high or low estrogen on top of regular ones. How can I balance estrogen?
Adaptogenics.
Yeah, what, like ashwagandha and all that sort of malarkey?
Maca. I don't remember. Look up adaptogens. There's several different ones. Ashwagandha seems to be a very popular one. What kind of
Ayurvedic.
In Ayurvedic, that's like the main ingredient in a lot of Ayurvedic medicines. Would you call it, or you know, remedies, like whatever. Yeah, adaptogens. They're meant to apparently balance hormone levels, so if it's a bit low or a bit high, it's meant to help stabilise them. Don't ask me how it does that. I have no idea. But yeah, those are the main things that people well shout about. Adaptogens. It's my only sort of thoughts, really. Yeah.
Thanks, Andre.
And I just had another thought. Don't go too crazy on things like bladderwrack or certain seaweeds, because you might throw your thyroid out of balance. Yeah. And then obviously your hormones are all like on an axis. You know, your sex hormones, your thyroid and your adrenals, is it?
You said sex.
They're all on like an axis. So if one's out of balance, it has like a knock-on effect on the others. So you might wish to, I don't know if you've ever had a thyroid test. That's always a good thing to have. Doctors quite keen to give those out and just, yeah, see what the balance is of all of those hormones. And if you're the sort of person who's really stressed all the time, doesn't get a lot of sleep, drinks a lot of caffeine, that could be affecting your adrenal glands negatively, which work in symphony, you know, with your sex hormones and your thyroid. So, yeah, think about balancing them all together. You know, see them as like a trio that work all together.
A triage. Good words. Hayley Jane Turner's in the house. Thanks for joining. Lola J. That panda will knock you out, bro. No, they won't. 3 reasons. 1, I'm vegan. 2, he's not got any arms or legs. 3, he's made out of black and white squares. What's he going to do? He's a mug. He's being naive. Timo, I bet you're a lovely person. The comment just fell off. Thank you for your perspective and your kind words, Timo. Alice is in the house. Daniel Buchanan. Do either of you do intermittent fasting? I do now.
No.
I fast for about 12 hours a day. Never used to.
I guess I do like 12-hour window.
Yeah, we both do.
Yeah.
I would do longer, but I just wouldn't get the volume of food in. Thanks for joining, LS. Indie Fagan's in the house. Oh, I just managed on a module date and thought Hench is probably streaming, and there you are. Module date to the new YouTube alarm bell. Nice. Do follow our good friend Zuli Moon on the gram. There's her handle. She's a delight, I may say, if you don't mind me saying so. Richard Benham, if they did a second series and asked you, would you do Veganville post-COVID? Obviously. I don't know. I don't know if I would, you know. I don't know if I would. Yeah, I'm not really that fussed about that for some reason.
I'd always be worried on TV shows if they're going to try and paint you in a bad light, and then you'd have to be really on guard with like everything you do and say the whole time, wouldn't you?
I don't feel like there was any of that in that show. I thought that was quite nicely done.
Was it like a Big Brother type thing?
No, well, it was reality. But basically, so Joey and some others just went and did some street activism, some outreach, and then Corinne Sutton did a bodybuilding comp while he was there and went to a gym and was talking about veganism to people there. Califrax, yeah, I made it to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining. Lola, are we frozen? Where are we?
No, you just accidentally clicked on that like about 10 minutes ago.
Oh God. How did that happen? How's the latency?
Do people know what
it's
that
about
means?
2 seconds, isn't it? It's about 2 seconds.
Oh,
I think most people know.
I didn't know what that meant. I thought that was like some kind of fancy creator type of a term, but that just means how up to date the thing is. Oh, okay.
William Tuniard's in the house. Thanks for joining, my friend. Andre, you got to get on the broccoli sprouts. Yeah, that's the one thing we have actually grown. So easy, so much nutrition, so cheap. I don't need anything to get started, just a couple of special jar lids. It makes some great content. Yeah.
We've got like a few broccoli sprouts in a jar in the kitchen.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, have we got any seeds?
That's what I meant, sorry, the seeds.
Right.
That's what we've got, the seeds.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Thanks, Andre. Henry de Jesus. Hey, Hench, hope we can meet one day. Big fan of you, James Aspie and Joey Carlson. Well, I hope we can meet as well. I love to meet our wonderful supporters. So
fingers crossed the camp out this year.
Yeah, we'll be at the camp out if that happens. So yeah, that might be something. Califrax, Paul, do you still take berberine allicin for digestive health? Would you recommend it? Not really. I think if you just eat a good volume of whole plant foods, it's all in there, isn't it? And there's other beneficial compounds. It's only something I sort of added in. I added in that one time because I had the SIBO, which is obviously what you're alluding to. Yeah, no, not so much on the supplements. I just think just smashing the whole foods, normally you're all right.
Can they do more harm than good if you keep taking them when you don't need them?
Certainly some of the other stuff which was in the were they acting as antimicrobials?
Yeah, I think they are antimicrobials.
Yeah, they were. That was those two, wasn't it? And grapefruit seed extract. Yeah, because they are so antimicrobial, you probably don't want to go too heavy because you will hurt good gut bugs potentially. Yeah, so I would say no. Good point, Gem. Good point. Zuli Moon, do you know Turkish Delight? Yeah. So growing up, the only one about was called Fri's Turkish Delight. It was in like a purple wrapper.
Yeah, I remember it, I think.
Fri's Turkish Delight, full of Eastern promise, that used to say. And there was like a guy in a tent in the sort of desert and he had a scimitar and he sort of chopped the Turkish Delight and this sort of chick had some. Yeah, I remember as a lad I would put it in my mouth and sort of suck the chocolate off. But then years ago, not that I've ever been with anyone else, but had I have been,
how dare you?
one of my partners, I think her mum used to work in a Turkish Delight factory and Sultan's Turkish Delight. And there was like you said, like the rose flavour, but there was like mint, lemon, pistachio. There was all kinds.
How long did it take for you to get sick of it?
I don't know that I did. I used to
Okay.
just rip through it all. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it is very, very delicious. Yeah. Stacey, thank you both for looking into that. Never had a thyroid test, but Mum has thyroid issues, so worth looking into. It's so rife.
Yeah.
So rife, thyroid issues. And I think a lot of it stems from nutrition, like a lack of iodine, selenium. You know, these are iodine particularly is a common deficiency.
So it's a real good reason to make sure that you have seaweed every day, like everyone, but to be quite consistent with it. So don't just have it like some people have B12 once a week. Don't do that with seaweed, you know, with your iodine. Like have that consistently every day. Otherwise you'll just spike your thyroid levels, I imagine. Doesn't seem good.
Sorry, just looking at something.
Don't look at it.
Don't touch his neck, you're doing it.
I don't know what you're going about.
Don't worry about it. Andre, I had something interesting about low converters. If your ancestors grew up on the coast, you'll be a whale. They converted because they traditionally ate more fish and didn't rely on planters as much. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a possibility. Yeah. I understand that some plants do have decent amounts of DHA, some greens, and you know, it's very possible that some of the stuff we used to eat, which we would now call weeds, you know, were commonly eaten, and they had like DHA. Of course, we select for things that taste nice more than like what nutrition they have typically when we cultivate new plants. And
Not us. We drink amla straight in a cup with some water.
we're bloody mental.
Well, we used to. We are.
We're mental, mate.
Yeah.
Zuli Moon, have you tried vegan kebab made from tofu? No. No, tell us about that. I'd like to give that a go. Oh, we have a brand called Veggie and it is amazing. We'll have a look out for that. I'll tell you what I tried today. Moin moin. So that is like a West African version of tofu. It is made with black-eyed beans. It's got some lovely herbs and spices in there. It had some lemon, turmeric. What else was in there? Like red pepper. I think it was red pepper.
Okay.
So paprika, I suppose. Super delicious. Super delish. And better than fish. I will have a vlog out. I don't think I'll drop it tonight now. I may drop it tonight, but if not, definitely tomorrow. But you can check out the mine. Okay, so yeah, I have a pinch of kelp powder most days or Dulse flakes. Good choices. And I like how you're saying you just have a pinch of kelp because they're so iodine rich. You only need a 1/16 of a teaspoon for your 150 microgram RDA. Family Freedom are excited for the camp out.
Nice.
I saw that Alice is the number 2 now for the camp out. She's the number 2 lady.
Oh, what?
Her brother's the boss, yeah.
Oh, I see. It's 8 minutes past 7.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. We're all up because we're all up to date with the comments, and we've been on for an hour.
50 minutes. Should we do another 10 or do?
Oh yeah, sure. I don't know how I managed to.
Guys, we're going to do 10 more minutes. 10 more
Get that
minutes
time
because we
wrong.
do need to do live stuff. So do stick
gonna
your
go and get
comments
a
or
drink.
questions.
Can I get
back
you
in
one?
the chat. No, I'm fine, thank you. Exiois, a Magien being a vegan. Imagine not being a vegan and eating animals unnecessarily, and then having to come on vegan streams and try to make them feel bad because you've got cognitive dissonance going on. Be one, son. Cheers. I don't need to imagine being a vegan because I've been a vegan for 8.5 years and I'm twice as big and strong as you and 1,000,000 times nicer. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but if you can blow your own trumpet, of course, being a bloke, you are going to try. What?
Don't talk about trumpet blowing while I'm gone.
What? Trumpets?
Did you all hear me
Trumpets.
make my drink? I thought about going to the toilet, but I did not with my microphone on. I'm remembering.
Dustin.
I've made it blurry.
God!
God's sake.
Let me unblur us. You just can't get the staff. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Focused. focused. Even Exios can see us with his capillaries leading to his eyes blocked with animal fat. So even he can see us now. Where was I? Oh yeah, Austin Dobbins. I nearly said Dustin for some reason. I saw pumpkin seeds tofu in the store yesterday. Wow. I don't hardly ever eat tofu, but it's green, so it made me look at it crooked. I can understand that. Really mean. I'm waiting for the four-sided wrap video. As soon as I can find a wrap big enough, I shall be doing that. I shall be doing that for you. Casey's been vegan for almost 9 years. Same. I guess you have been vegan for 9 years now.
I think so. Or maybe more by the summer.
I think for me it's summer, but you were a bit ahead of me, weren't you? So I'm going to say it's 9 for you.
Cool.
Yeah. Andre, imagine being selfish enough to cause suffering and death for the sake of a sandwich. That's mental, isn't it? That's mental.
It really is when you think of it like that.
Yeah. Bless him. Do you know what I mean? I didn't used to know better, but you'd think by now, like, people have seen the truth because, like, you know, it's all coming out. And, yeah. Crazy. Zuni Moon has been vegan since September the 2nd, 2020. I was 19 at 20, which I started earlier.
Aww.
Well, you started now, and that's the main thing. None of us knew better, so don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
You're a wonderful person doing a wonderful job of spreading veganism now.
You started many years before us in terms of, age. So.
Yeah, many years before we did, and you've got your whole life to help promote it and undo the harm, you know. So you're going to be laughing, you lovely lady. Don't touch his neck, you're doing it.
I keep saying that.
Don't touch his bum, there's in it.
Don't say that either. I don't know what you're going on.
We have a
about.
song for
Don't
when
tell
Cowboy's got a flea treatment on her neck.
Don't keep telling everyone about all
Don't
our
touch
songs.
his neck, you're doing it.
I said that one day. I said, "Don't touch his neck. You're doing it." And then now you make.
I wasn't even doing it.
You make a song about it. Everything I do, you sing about it.
What about that time you said, I didn't do it, you did? She had a conversation with herself before I could get a word in edgeways.
Well, it wasn't that. It wasn't quite like that, but that's how you portray it.
It was like that.
Don't tell everyone my secrets, all the things I do. I'll tell them your secrets.
I'll tell him your password. Brandon Howell, where do you get your B12 from? I get it from the fridge. So B12 is in certain plants. We never used to know that, but it's in water lentils, aka duckweed. This grows all over the world. It's in Africa where we evolved our current physiology. So water lentils, sea hawthorn, is it called? Supposedly quinoa sprouts. But most vegans get it as a supplement because it's just more convenient.
And most non-vegans should take it as well, a supplement, because, 38% of Americans are B12 deficient, and probably only like 2 or 3% of them people are vegan in America. So, there's not mostly a large percentage of vegans that are B12 deficient is meat eaters.
For most people who eat a standard like Western diet, which is like animals raised, on factory farms, the B12 in those is a supplement anyway. So you're bypassing the if you don't eat the animal, you get the B12 directly. If you don't eat the animal, you're not getting the fat, trans fats, and cholesterol. These lead to the #1 killer of humans. So it's just a nicer way.
Oh, and he's saying, just curious, thinking of going vegan myself. Yay, that's awesome.
Nice, Brandon.
Tell us more things. Let's chat about it. Do you need to know any other information about veganism?
Daily Moon, you keep calling me lady. I feel like I'm out. Oh. Well, normally I would say girl, but then some people sort of get offended if you say girl, which to some people means like a sort of child, I suppose. How would you like me to address you, Zuli Moon? How would you like me to address you? I'm 20 and 5'2". I'd be tiny. Also, Gemma is so stunning.
Oh, That's very kind. Thank you.
You're small but perfectly formed with your muscles. I've seen you. Indie Fagan. Also, super freaking cheap. There's a penny sale on a whole new bat. So if you get, oh, nice.
They're not open at the minute, are they? It'll be online shopping, would it?
Yeah, I guess so.
We cycled through the city today, and it's amazing how little. It was a Saturday. How amazing how many people weren't there. And, how many shops weren't
open. It's like
open.
a ghost town.
And how many shops had shutting down signs.
It was really sad to see Debenhams, like one of our. It's a big department store. That's been there years. I mean, I remember going in there with my mum. You know, when I was a little kid, and that was there years before that. Do you know what I mean? And it's always been like a Norwich sort of iconic landmark. And that said closing down, and the doors were all sort of barricaded up. And in each of the doorways, there were sleeping bags and tents, like poor homeless people.
In this weather, it's very sad.
In this weather, it's really saddening.
I thought that I heard that during the first or second lockdown that the governments housed all the homeless people in the UK. That was what I heard. I thought that was true. Saw it online, like in a news report or something. So now I wonder why there's homeless people around again.
Yeah, I guess that was a temporary load of nonsense. Zeely Moon. Oh, sorry, hang on. I'm missing out Brandon. I'll definitely be back if I have questions, but you definitely got a new subscriber. Thank you, Brandon. And welcome aboard. It's good to have you, my friend. And whereabouts in the world are you, Brandon? Where in the world are you? Zeely Moon, just call me a kind human. Just like you guys are. Thanks, lovely. Indie Fagan, they have Holland Barrett inside Tesco's where I'm at. Wow, 2 minutes walk from the house was open today. What about that? Holland Barrett inside a Tesco. I've never seen that before. You do get these kind of concessions sort of places, don't you? I noticed today we went past a petrol station and the shop was a Londis and it had a Subway inside it. So I thought, well, there's 3 businesses. It just seemed odd to me. Yeah. Right, we seem to run out of steam, and to be honest, we do need to go and do some other stuff. So I think we'll sign off there. I'm going to come back on in the morning, guys. I'm going to come on in the morning. I'm going to get up. I'm going to have some breakfast. I'm going to do a quick set of 5 hill sprints on my bike to wear myself out. And then I'm going to come straight on. So I'll be on quite early. Probably before Gemma gets up. So...
Hey, don't cross me out.
Yeah, so what time will I say? I'll get up about 6, 7, half 7. Let's say 8 a.m. GMT, probably around there, give or take. I'll be on tomorrow for an hour in the morning. Thanks for hanging out. We love you very much. Really nice to see our Turkish kind human friend in the stream. That was a nice surprise. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats. You've been very generous tonight, keeping the beans on our toast.
The wolves from the door.
And the camera's rolling. What else to say? Follow us on the gram, hench_herbivore.
We often announce when we're going to come on to YouTube.
We do all stories and that as well, snazzy.
Yeah.
Our books, Virtuous Vegan Desserts, and Where Do You Get Your Protein, are both... well, the new one, the desserts book, is 40% off. The other one's 30% off. So if you're looking for recipes, link down below. And if you're new, we'd love you to become part of this wonderful community. So do like our friend Brandon. Do hit the subscribe button. Click the bell icon so you're notified of new videos and whatnot. We'll have a vlog for you anytime now. But I hope to see some of you in the morning.
And happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow.
Yes.
To all of you. Yeah, and come and hang out with Paul and share the love in the morning.
Where is the love? If not, Monday night, 6 p.m. GMT, me and Gemma. It's good night for me.
Good night for me.
Good night.